Yes, Namaste children, welcome to the class. We have done with unit 6 units. Now we are going to start unit 7, that is Topsy-Turvy Land. So the name itself tells us that something strange things we are going to know by reading this poem. So have you ever thrown your school bag on your bed? It's a common thing every one of us will do. Have you ever left your shoes and socks here and there? Yes. Have you ever played with your ball in your room? Yes. Does your room sometimes look like this? Yes, of course it looks like this. See, all the things are scattered. All the things are misplaced. Nothing is in its place. All the things are misplaced. The pencils, the chair, ball, shoes, bat, what not. All the things are misplaced here, isn't it? So you can see that there are some children, they never do their work properly and they throw the things wherever they wish. Even sometimes they throw on the bed, and sometimes they will throw the shoes and socks here and there, and sometimes they play the things and they will throw, and at the time when they wants to go to school, that time they will make a mess. So here what the story, this poem was written by H.E. Wilkinson, and he is taking us to a strange world where all the things are different from the how it should be. It is quite different, so some complete different it is. So how the things are different here, why they are different, how the people are, how the things are going on, how they are cooking, how they are going to school, all these funny things we are going to read and enjoy, and something amazing strange things also we are going to know by reading this poem. Now for this, all of you open your textbook to page number 110. Yes, have you all opened your textbook to page number 111? Now here if you see the children, the people, see where they are sitting, the people, they are sitting in a bus. See where the bus is moving, the bus is moving on the water. Is it possible to move the bus to move on the water? No. Here in this topsy-turvy land, all impossible things they are making it possible, which we are doing with our right hand, they will do with their left hand. So all in contrast they are going to do. Now here if you see the children, they are going to school in a boat, and where the boat is going on, usually where the boat will go on the water, but here on contrast, bus is going on the water and the boat is going on the land. Okay, let us see some more funny and hilarious things in this poem. Okay, yes. Now when the reading is going on, you have to circle the rhyming words as you all know, and you have to circle the rhyming words. Okay ma? And also we can do the rhyming scheme also, you can do it. Now read about one such upside down land. So this is topsy-turvy land, means upside down land, all opposite things what we do. The people walk upon their heads, the sea is made of sand. The children go to school by night in topsy-turvy land. So the people walk upon their heads. How do we walk? We walk with our legs. But how these people are walking? Their heads they are walking. The sea is made of sand. The sea, where do we find the water? In the sea. But here the sea is made of sand. The children go to school by night. When will you go to school? We'll go to school in the morning. Whereas the children in topsy-turvy land, they will go to school in the night. And here the first thing is, people walk on their heads. The sea is filled up with the sand. Children go to school in the night. Now let us see in the next stanza what are the things going on. Now before that, let us see what are the rhyming words we are having here. Now first one, if you see the heads, no word is rhyming, so just we'll keep A to it. And the next one is sand. Here we'll give the letter as B. Night, we'll give it as C. And land is sand, land, rhyming word. So A, B, C, B is a rhyming scheme. Let us see in our further stanzas. The front door step is at the back. You are walking when you stand. You wear your hat upon your feet in topsy-turvy land. See something amazing. See, where we'll keep our hat? We'll keep our hat on the head. Whereas here they are keeping their hat on the legs. Why? Because they are walking on their heads. They are walking on their heads. So they are keeping their hat on the legs. You are walking when you stand. You wear your hat upon your feet in topsy-turvy land. The front door step is at the back. So front door step is at the back. Front door step. When we enter into the main door, we will have the doorstep. We will have front door step. So this front door step is not there, but for the back door it is there. And you are walking when you stand, so they will walk while they are standing. You wear your hat upon your feet, so they will wear the hat upon their feet. Now here if you see, is any word is rhyming here? We'll do it separately for this. A, B, C, B. Same like first stanza. Okay. Now let us see the third stanza. And buses on the sea you will meet while pleasure boats are planned to travel up and down the streets of topsy-turvy land. And buses on the sea you will meet. You can see the buses on the sea. Why? Because on the sea sand is there. So you find buses on the sea while pleasure boats are planned. When you are going for pleasure, for happiness, for relaxation, when you are planned to travel up and down the streets of topsy-turvy land. So if you want to see, if you want to visit the topsy-turvy land, some pleasure boats, some boats are there. You can climb on the boats and you can see the streets up and down. You can travel up and down of the topsy-turvy land. Now next stanza. You pay for what you never get. I think it must be grand, for when you go you are coming back in topsy-turvy land. You pay for what you never get. You pay for what you never get. Now usually when we go to the shop, we'll give our money and we'll take some things. But here you pay for the things which you never get. Means without taking anything you will pay for it, and if you pay for it you will never get it. I think it must be grand, for when you go you are coming back. For when you go you are I think it must be grand, for when you go you are coming back. Means when you want to go you feel that you are coming back. So on the whole, what you have understood that. Again here the rhyming scheme is A, B, C, B. Say for all, in all the stanzas the rhyming scheme is A, B, C, B. Okay, in all this in this poem, what the poet is trying to say, that is the topsy-turvy land is completely different. It is strange, with amazing things, hilarious things they are doing in the land, and whatever we do they will do complete contrast of it. They will do complete opposite of it, and they are enjoying their life over there. So he wanted to tell us, suppose if this happens, how it would be. So in this way, the poet has taken us to a very strange, hilarious, a funny land, that is the topsy-turvy land. Now, if we see the next page, yes, if you turn the page to 112, what are the meanings we are having? A topsy-turvy itself means upside down. Okay, pleasure means feeling of enjoyment. Grand means a big, great fun. Now, if you see the questions here, when do children go to school in topsy-turvy land? When they will go in the night time, because we go to school in the morning. In the poem, if buses travel on the sea, then where do the boats travel? They travel on the land. How should it rightly be said? If buses travel on the sea, then the boats travel on the road. That's all. The topsy-turvy land is very different from our land. Let's draw a comparison by filling in sentences wherever needed. Now we are going to compare and contrast the topsy-turvy land with our land. So here if you take the first example, people walk on their heads. So how we walk? People walk on with our legs. The buses run on land. So here the buses run on the sea. They wear their hats on feet. They wear their hats on heads. Right? Boats sail in the sea. Boats sail, where the boats will sail here? Boats sail on the sand. People pay for what they don't get. People pay for what we get. It is completely opposite. Okay. Yes, now in the next page, if you see here, let's listen the words. See how the pronunciation is. These are the rhyming words. Pleasure, treasure, measure. Wear, tear, stare, wear. Planned, canned, scanned, strand. Topsy, turvy, hurly, burly, curly, burly. Okay, these are some of the words. Now if you see the next one, the words in sentences here, the words in the sentences are jumbled here. Rearrange them to make meaningful sentences. Words that begin with a capital letter are the first word of the sentence. So the first one, if you see here, Renu naughty is a girl. So here what is the hint given to you? Whichever is beginning with the capital letter is the first word. This is the first word. This is the first word. So then you have to add up the words to this word to make a meaningful sentence. So suppose if you see here, Renu naughty is a girl. So is it correct? No. So what you have to write down? Renu is a naughty girl. Second one, her room is always untidy. Her mother advises her to clean it. She never listens to her mother. Okay, next sentence. What kind of child you are? So here they are telling us about Renu, a naughty girl, how she keeps her things and her room and everything. So what type of child you are, or what kind of child you are? So now next question is, can you tell of some things that go topsy-turvy at home and there is disorder? Can you tell some things that go topsy-turvy, ups and down in your house? What can you do? You think and you can write down anything you can write down. Okay, now in the back side, have you all turned the page, ma? Write 5 things that you do at home to make your home look neat and clean. What are the things you do to keep your home neat and clean? Here you should write down 5 sentences. Now next one is, let's imagine a topsy-turvy scene and describe it in the lines below. Now you have to imagine the topsy-turvy land. So whatever we are doing, everything goes in contrast of it. So you can describe any scene that we we eat with our hands. In topsy-turvy land, they may eat with their legs. Okay. Yes, they will. We walk with our legs. So how they are walking? They are walking with their heads. So in that manner, you make differences. What are the things we do in opposite way? The topsy-turvy people will be doing. So like that, you have to imagine and write down here. Okay. Now here, if you see the next question, two stories got mixed up. Sort them out and write them in the appropriate boxes. So we thought the lion had eaten someone. Suddenly the kite lifted him off ground and took him over the treetops. He saw a shoes in the lion's cage. Finally the kite brought him back to the park. Our class had gone to the zoo. Puran was flying the brand new kite in the park. Some children stood and screamed and some ran to the director of the zoo. Puran was frightened and excited. The lion had not eaten anyone because the shoe was one of the lion's toys. So here they have mixed up. The two stories together. So here the names of the stories are the magic kite and who did the lion eat. These are the two stories. So now here you are having two stories which they are mixed up. Two stories they are mixed up. So what you have to do? You have to separate those sentences and write in the space given in your own, not in your own words. Only you have to pick up the sentences and you should write down. Okay, ma? Yes, from these sentences you have to pick up from this page and from the back side 114 page all the sentences related to the magic kite you write in magic kite box, and all the sentences related to the lion you write in the lion's place. Then your story ends. Okay. This is how you have to complete the textbook work. In the textbook itself, only question answers I will be giving you. You have to write in the class work, meanings, question answers and rhyming words. Rest all you have to do in the textbook itself. Okay, ma? Hope you have understood. Thank you, children. And one more thing, you have to learn this poem in your own. Make your own rhythm and you learn, and you should prepare a video and you should send me. Thank you. Have a great day.